So we did the rear shock video yesterday, and I got so many comments having to do with front shocks, and more specifically 9010s, that I felt that I had to do a sequel to this, like now. So here's the situation with this, right? One size does not fit all. While the right rear air shock, or airbag if you have a coil spring car, works across the board, when it comes to the front shocks, Mopars are different than Fords or Chevys. Wait, let me say it, I'll say it this way. Mopars are different than coil spring cars. And the reason being is that coil spring cars have a lot of rebound, right? So you push down or you lift up on the front of a coil spring car and she'll do this. Mopars, on the other hand, don't rebound like that. Torsion bar front suspensions want to settle up or settle down. So a lot of people say, oh, you got to put 9010s in the front, right? No, 9010s work well for Fords, Chevys, anything with a coil spring front end that has a lot of bounce to it. On a Mopar, the best shock you can put on the front of a Mopar is no shock. Unfortunately, rules, safety rules, whatnot, NHRA and all of that say that you have to have a shock at all four corners, but they don't say it has to be operable. So if you've got a Mopar, what you want to do is drill a small hole in the bottom of the front shocks. Watch yourself, because when you penetrate it, it sprays out like crazy. Drill a small hole in the bottom of your front shocks and drain the oil out. Now, why is this? When you leave the starting line, the purpose of a 9010 is to give you very little resistance on the way up and lots of resistance on the way down. General Motors cars or coil spring cars will want to head right back down again, and so they need that damping. On a Chrysler, with the 9010, the front end will come up, but she won't want to go back down again. And what happens is you'll go out 100, 200 feet where the front of the car wants to start settling down again, and she'll still be up high. And the detriment to that is that you're putting a lot of wind under the car. The faster you go, the higher the front end, the faster you go, the more it's going to want to stay up, because the wind is coming up underneath the car and pushing up on the bottom of it. Plus you've got that inverted wing effect, not inverted wing effect, you've got the wing effect where the car is actually trying to fly. So that's why on a Mopar, what you want is you want a dead shock. Take a set that's just like totally played out, or if you've got a good set, drill a hole in the bottom of it, call it a day. For you Ford, General Motors, coil spring guys, 9010s work there. So that's it. I'll see you tomorrow.